The head football coach of the California School for the Deaf is Warren Keller, and we are pleased to speak with him today. And Dane Lensman will be interpreting for us. And Dane, it's good to have you here along with Warner. Warren, if I can ask you, one of the...
Hey Bob, it's really excited for us to be here.
That's great to have you. It's our joy to have you here today. One of the last things we saw in the film was one of your players signing the phrase, "I am proud to be deaf." How does a sentiment such as that, Warren, help you in building team togetherness?
It really touches my heart because it feels like we're actually doing something right. Me as a deaf person, as a deaf adult, as a deaf professional, I am proud to be deaf as well. There's no one day where I wish I could be hearing or anything else. I'm very proud of what I do. I'm very proud of my culture. I cherish my culture, and it's good that the players have that same access every day, and that they get that equal access, that equal opportunity, and they'll feel the same way. So seeing our players do that is really inspirational to me.
For your kids, Warren, what do you think helps to create that pride in their culture?
It starts with school. It starts with family. That's more important than football. And having that access to the communication and access to that, to be able to learn from each other in the classroom, socially at home, having that language, growing up with that language, it makes football easier because the kids already know the language, they already know how to get close with each other, and they're already such a tight-knit group. And if the kids don't have language, don't have that education, don't have that family support, and they join the team, they probably won't be as good. So I think having that is more important than actually playing football.
But as to the football, we visited with your 2014 team. How would you describe that team from last season?
Oh, wow. They're a hard-working group of guys. They're undersized, they're small, and our center actually weighed only about 125 pounds. And he went up against linemen that were 275, 280. They worked together, they lifted weights through the summer. And we know that they had to condition we had to out-condition the other team. We had to play fast, we had to hit first, that kind of thing. So that's what we needed to win the game. It was really a lot of strategy, and they really took my word and my philosophy to heart, and they took my philosophy of work hard, and they understood that we needed that to win games.
So our film leaves with the end of the season and the elimination from the state playoffs. Take us through the balance of the school year for those kids. How did they deal with that defeat and moving forward?
It was tough for us for a few months. I could see the kids were really depressed about it. They tried to move on. It was tough. For me, it was easier because I had more teams. But for some of the kids, most of them, that was their last football game. So we could see that of course, they were down about it, but they stayed strong and they ended up with good GPAs. They actually were the top GPA team in our league. So having that and knowing that they were going to graduate and go on to college, I know one of them is actually playing college football, and the other's planning to next year. So it's been pretty successful so far.
So I think you may have mentioned one of the guys I wanted to ask about. I know two of the players who were central to our visit with you were Zane and Malik. Can you tell us what they're doing?
They're both at Gallaudet University. Zane is playing football as the backup quarterback and the starting wide receiver. Malik is redshirting at Gallaudet as well. So they both have a bright future. And they're both bright guys, and they're both leaders, and I'm very excited to see what they bring to the society from here on out.
What have they said to you? Have you communicated with them about their college experience?
Zane is a scrappy kid. He's a hard worker. He'll do anything for the team. I mean, he blocks, he catches, he tackles, whatever. So he really wants to be a quarterback, but we know that he needs to improve at wide receiver. So he's moved out at wide receiver, and he leads the team in catches for the first half of the season. And then he actually hurt his foot, so he's been out for the rest of the season. But he's still staying positive. He's moving forward. He has a bright future. And Malik of course, he's doing great in school. He's a great kid overall, and he's going to join the team next year.
As a football coach, Warren, what are you proudest of?
Seeing the kids willing to work, seeing the kids willing to learn from the coaches and do what is necessary to improve. My practices are not easy. Our practices are very fast. We snap the ball very, very quickly. Our practices are usually harder than games, and our practices are usually more competitive. So showing that the kids are willing to go through that shows that it's actually going to be easier in games. And seeing the kids willing to do that makes me very proud.
Thank you for being with us today, Coach Warren Keller and Dane Lensman, for interpreting. We appreciate it. Thank you to both of you.
It's appreciated. Thank you.